Okay, so how low will Tesla go? If we could ask Elon, do you think he'd give us an answer? I suspect he would, but I can't get in touch with him. He doesn't return my phone calls. So I'm just going to speculate in my mind, how low will Tesla go? But first, why is it down? Well, it's the economy, stupid. The fact is everything's down, and everything's going to continue to go down until we get that funny money that we threw out into the marketplace, that $9 trillion that has created inflation. Joe didn't cause the inflation. Vladimir may have had something to do with it, but the reality is our supply chain screwed up. We've got $9 trillion in the market that we didn't have before March of 2020, and we got to flush through it. That just stands to reason. If you understand economics, it's supply and demand, and there's an overwhelming supply of money. We increased the money base by 40% in a matter of 9 months. So it's got to be flushed out. This reminds me, and then there's the overexuberance that got all involved when a bunch of novice investors came in and just blew every spick and spack up as high as they could, and then got involved with Elon, and Elon is a marketer, and he's a guy you want to bet on, but the bet's turning sour. And I want to share with you that I told you this back in last November, or I guess it was October, when I sold it for, I think, about $795 a share. But my reason was relative to China. I just can't buy Tesla when they're dependent on 33% of their auto sales from China. So let's then understand Tesla's going further down. If you've got it and you're holding it, should you sell it? I would say no. If I had it right now, no, I would not sell it, because this will pass. This is a storm and it will pass. But the question is, if you're sitting with some cash and you want to buy some Tesla, by all means, if you're okay with the China situation, then let's look for a buy-in place where I think, and that's all it's going to be, is what I think. This is not financial advice, but as soon as we get rid of this disclaimer, let's see if we can't find the bottom on Tesla.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
The other issue that I think that plays into this, that has absolutely nothing to do with Tesla and nothing to do with its value and its future, is Elon's misbehaving. Elon has no business, in my estimation, and I'm old enough to be Elon's father, so I'm going to give him advice. Get off this Twitter thing. You made a bad mistake. You remind me of my grandson going into Buc-ee's. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's this enormous gas station that has about, I guess, 15, 20 locations across the United States, and it has everything Buc-ee's in it. It's a squirrel. And he went in and he bought everything Buc-ee's, all the way to pajama pants. And that reminds me of what Elon's doing. He's buying pajama pants. He doesn't need them. It's a diversion. It does absolutely no good for his other business ventures, other than he pays for no advertising because he gets all the advertising he wants on Twitter. So that's part of the issue. But let's look at realistically where Tesla is and where it's going. The first thing I always do is go to Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is a wonderful place for me to get the pulse of the market, to read all the news that might have accumulated, which is organized there, and then also opinions of other people who are interested in the stock market. I guess it's a community billboard for me. So let's go look and see what we find on Seeking Alpha. alpha, just basically to get a feel of what other investors are saying, what other analysts are saying. And as I go to Tesla, I see that there's more chatter here on current news relative to Elon's activities on Twitter than there are anything about the activity of Tesla and it's moving up or down. That's in the news. Here again, down here, I see that they're talking about the China exposure and that how the sales are going to slide even further in May. Over here in the articles being written, Tesla is down. It's a trigger to buy. Should you buy Tesla now? 3 questions to answer. This guy's a buy. This guy's a hold. This guy's a hold. Tesla timing is everything. And this was written on May 18th, so it's about a week old. Then what I like to do is go to my Trading Views chart. And over here, you're going to see I'm looking at a weekly chart on Tesla going back to 2019. And what I like to focus on is Fibonacci retracement. And I put it on the March 20 low, the pandemic low, and take it to the November 1st high of 2021. And then what Fibonacci does is give me levels of retracement, which are historically levels that stocks reach as they retrace a substantial gain. And certainly this was a substantial gain. So what I'm seeing right now is that Tesla from its high is down 49.57% as to where it's trading right now. The Fibonacci retracement, you can see it broke through that last week, and that was at 659. The next level is at a 61.8 retracement. They're saying that would be at 522, and then a 78.6, which is substantial, would be down at 326. One thing I look at this and I point out is I look for support levels. Certainly, it has pinged, it's pinging or will be pinging support levels here as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 pings, 6, 7 at this level, and that would be somewhere around 574. It's at 625 now, has been as low as 620 today. The other level that I am looking at is right there at about 444, 450. There's a lot of support right there. As it was coming up, it met resistance there, again, at somewhere around 450. And that's kind of where I'm looking at it and saying, if I were a buyer of Tesla, if I believe that this recession is going to continue, and I do believe that it's going to continue, and I do believe that Tesla will continue to go down. And why do I do that? Its trend is down. Look here. This is a weekly low, weekly close. You can see everything is trending down. Let's change that to a daily basis and see if we see any daily up activity. Here we see, in this, let's start here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days. And in that 13 days, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days up. So the trend is down and the momentum is down. And there's a goodly amount of consistent volume bringing it down. So if, again, going back to the weekly chart, if I were a betting man, which I am not, and if I were in the market to buy Tesla, I would be looking to buy it somewhere down here around $455 per share. I will not buy it because of my conviction, and I've made this conviction, as long as they're depending on China for 33% of their auto sales, I want nothing to do with it. I fully expect that someday, let me say, I wouldn't be surprised if someday the Chinese Communist Party just didn't come in and take their factory, because things are happening over there that we don't know, we don't understand, and we don't have full information. So if you can't get full information, why would you invest in it? Okay, that's Seeking Alpha, and that's my trading views chart that gives me some feel as to where I think it's going to go. So I'm basically going to focus on, as I watch it, $450 per share. Now, what would make me go in and buy it? Well, I think for the most part, if I got some resolution to the China situation, I just can't feel comfortable when earlier this week, when Joe is asked if China buys or invades Taiwan, or is the U.S. going to put forth some military support? And I was sure he would say no, because he said no relative to the Russia-Ukraine situation, but he in one word said yes. Yes, we will support Taiwan with military support. If he does that, if we go to war with China, do you really believe that Xi Jinping is going to allow that Tesla plant to sit there in Shanghai and produce automobiles and send money back to the United States? I don't think so. But at the same time, I'd be worried about Foxtron, and they're making all of Apple's cell phones. So there's just too much unknown there in China right now for me to get involved in it. I certainly hope that we do not, this war situation doesn't escalate. But I think as investors, we have to question, why is this happening? Why are nations willing to put everything they have, their citizenry, their manufacturing, their trade, in jeopardy relative to invading another country? Why are they willing to do that? I did a video on Russia, and I understand that totally. And if you haven't seen that video, this is the thumbnail. Look for it. Vladimir had to invade. He has to invade. His country is rotting from the inside out, and he has to do something to keep it alive. That's just a given. But China could very easily right now say, we want to be a part of the Western alliance. We want to grow our country. We want to operate under our system. And we want to continue to be a good trading partner with the U.S. and then pledge not to steal all of our intellectual property and everybody else's intellectual property. And we, in exchange, don't steal theirs. So that's my take on Tesla. Do I believe that Tesla is a car company of the future? Well, of course I do. Of course I do. It has more data, and data, I have said, is king. And I'm going to do a video tomorrow on Alex Karp and some statements he's made that I so believe in. And it's part of my belief in Palantir. But that's tomorrow. Today is Tesla. How low will it go? $450 a share, and you can hold me to that, because I'm holding you to the fact that I told you to sell it back in October at $7.95, and y'all told me I was crazy. Talk to you again tomorrow.